The biggest number on the box isn't inside the box. That's number 7 on this list of 7 things G won't tell you about the Power 1000 V2. A drone company walked into the power station aisle, and everyone assumed one of 2 things. Either G actually engineered something real, or it slapped a trusted logo on somebody else's battery and marked it up. The answer turned out stranger than both. There are 7 things the listing quietly leaves out, and the last one changes how you read the price tag completely. I'll show you what's genuinely DJI's own engineering. I'll show you what's rented from the same suppliers everyone uses. And I'll show you the one port trick that quietly doubles your real cost. Start with that headline solar figure. The marketing leads with 1200 watts of solar input, and for this size class, that number is genuinely strong. But look at what the box actually contains. It does not contain the part that makes 1200 watts possible. To feed solar into this unit, you need the DJI solar panel adapter module, the MPPT unit, and GE sells it separately. So the number that sold you the machine lives in a second box with its own price tag. I get it, almost every brand upcharges for solar gear, but most of them at least let you plug a panel straight in. This one turns its marquee spec into an accessory. Number 6 is the outlet that isn't there. Flip this unit around and look for a normal 12-volt car socket. The round one every camping fridge and tire pump expects. It's gone. There is no standard DC car port on the front panel at all. What you get instead is G's own SDC port. And remember that port, because it comes back twice. To run a basic 12-volt accessory, you buy another G cable, the SDC to car outlet adapter. Honestly, for a unit sold on camping and road trips, dropping the one socket every cooler uses is a strange call. Number 5 is a fine print problem, and this one you can check yourself in about a minute. G markets a 10-year lifespan built on 4,000 charge cycles, but read across G's own pages and the number refuses to hold still. The V2 spec sheet says it keeps 80% capacity after 4,000 cycles. The original Power 1000's own FAQ still lists 70% after that same 4,000 cycles. Some retail listings quote 3,000 cycles instead of 4. Same product family, same brand, 3 different numbers depending on which page loads. The cells are almost certainly fine. But when a company can't keep its own headline spec straight, a room full of retired engineers in the comments will notice. Number 4 is the warranty, and credit where it's due, 5 years is real, and it beats a lot of this aisle. But the length is the part they print on the poster. The conditions are the part you find later. The coverage assumes normal use, correct charging, and registration through G system to unlock the full term. That isn't a scandal. It's how most of these warranties quietly work. But if you bought this picturing 5 carefree years no matter what happens, read the actual terms before you lean on them. And here is where 3 of these threads start pointing the same direction. The solar module, the car adapter, the drone fast charging, they all run through that one SDC port. That is not an accident. That port is the entire strategy, and number 3 is where it pays off for G instead of for you. Number 3. G won't tell you who actually makes the cells inside. The listing says automotive-grade lithium iron phosphate, which is engineered to sound proprietary. But no brand at this price makes its own battery cells, not G, and not the big names either. They all buy commodity LFP cells from a small handful of giant cell factories, then wrap them in their own case and software. G simply declines to name its supplier. So, the part most likely to age, the cells, is the ordinary part everyone shares. And the part G genuinely owns, that SSDC port and everything chained to it, is the part you can never swap out. That's the fence. And once you buy in, you're standing inside it. Number 2 is the one I fully expected to nail them on, and I couldn't. The entire premise of this channel is that the number on the box is bigger than the power you actually get at the outlet. So an independent reviewer strapped a 2,000 watt heater to this unit and measured the real output. From a rated 1,024 watt hours, it delivered about 882 watt hours to the load. That works out to roughly 86% efficiency, which for this class is good, not embarrassing. The cheap no-name stations are the ones hiding a 30% gap between rated and real. This one isn't, so don't let the box numbers scare you here. The rated versus usable gap on this machine is normal. The accessory bill is the actual story. And that gap is the whole reason I started writing this stuff down in plain English. Reading the quieter number under a box spec shouldn't take a tear down. Which brings us to number 1, the premium that isn't sitting where you think it is. G lists this at $999, and everyone assumed that sticker was the drone logo tax. But almost nobody pays it. It's been discounted hundreds below the sticker, dropping under $400 at times. That parks it right next to the EcoFlow Delta 2 and the Anker C1000. At that street price, the Halo costs you almost nothing at the register. So where does G earn it back? The accessories. The solar module, the car adapter, the drone cables, the expansion battery, all proprietary, all funneled through that one port. The sticker looks like the trap, but the aisle sitting behind the sticker is the real one. So the point was never to scare you off this thing, because here's the part that genuinely surprised me. This is not a rebadge. Reviewers who opened it up and bench tested it found a real pure sine wave inverter. They found a real BMS and a higher voltage solar controller than its rivals. They also measured the quietest operation in its class. G actually engineered the hard parts. So should you buy it? If you fly G drones, this is close to a no-brainer. That same SDC port fast charges your flight batteries in a way nothing else on the shelf does. The walled garden works for you when you already live inside it. If you want heavy solar and you'll truly run 600 watts of panels, that 1200 watt input does lead the class. But only once you've bought the module. But if you're a normal homeowner who just wants backup for the fridge and the sump pump, I personally wouldn't pay the accessory tax. The EcoFlow Delta 2 hands you a native car socket, plug-in solar with no adapter, and real expandability. The Anker C1000 Gen 2 charges faster and gives you standard outputs out of the box. Both skip the proprietary maze entirely. And here's the workaround for anyone who already owns the G and hates the cable prices. That SDC port isn't magic. Third-party sellers already build SDC to XT60 cables and SDC to car outlet cables. They cost a fraction of what G charges. So you can run your 12-volt gear without paying the logo tax a second time. Your call, but that's the move I'd make. So here's the honest verdict. The newest logo in the aisle didn't fake the engineering. It earned it. But it built a fence around the parts you'll reach for later, and it prices the gate one accessory at a time. Buy this unit for what it does the moment you open the box, not for the ecosystem it's dangling in front of you. If the drone charging and the solar ceiling matter to you, it's a strong pick. If they don't, you're paying for a garden you will never once walk in. Before you go, this part matters with this crowd. Nobody sponsors this channel, and nobody pays me to name a brand. I wrote the Home Power Owner's Manual because my own retired neighbors kept buying the wrong box. It's got a plain chapter on reading a cycle life number, the exact thing G couldn't keep straight today. One wrong unit in that aisle costs a few $100s, and this is $29.99 once. You got today's answer free either way. But if you want the decoder, scan the code on screen, or grab the link below. Next, I'm pulling this same thread through the expansion batteries. The price of a second battery pack in this category is quietly insane. One brand charges nearly as much for the add-on as the whole station costs. If this saved you from a bad guess, subscribe, and I'll keep tracing these back to the factory. YouTube thinks you'll like this video, so click it. And if you made it to the end, subscribe.